Good afternoon and welcome to your 20,000 gallon pool. Today we're going to look at how to maintain your chemical balance, and remember, alkalinity is the key. So we're going to take one of your test strips. Looks like this to start. Always remember to put the cap back on, close it up tight. Then you're going to take your strip, put it about a foot underwater, wave it around a couple times, make sure that the little strips get fully soaked. Pull it out, and remember, don't splash off the excess water. You want that. And then you're going to see what your levels are at. So the first thing that I'm looking at, the most important thing for us, is alkalinity. And on here you can see our alkalinity is right around 80. And 80 to 120 is what we're shooting for. I'd rather be closer to 120. And I also want to look at my pH, which is right around 7.6. And it's kind of a peach color. But I'd like to get that up a little more. On a vinyl-sided pool, which you have, you want it between 7.6 and 7.8. And the chlorine, you can see it's a little low. It's kind of a white right now. I'd like to get into the pinkish. And the total chlorine is like a little low. I'd like to get that more as a 3, which is kind of a light blue. And those are really the ones I'm looking at: alkalinity, pH, and chlorine. So here's how you make those adjustments. Alright, so we're a little low on our pH and just a little low on our alkalinity. So first we're going to deal with the alkalinity, because remember, that's the key to everything. And that's what you add baking soda to bring it up. And you're just going to pour it right into your strainer. Your strainer is running, it's pumping, so I'm just going to dump it right in. And I'm tweaking it now, so I'm just going to add a couple of scoops. And then after 3 to 4 hours, I'm going to check it again. And I'm going to shoot for that, 120 is where I want to get it. And I want to keep that alkalinity right at about 120. If it goes too high, then you have to work on bringing it down, and that's a lot harder. It's much harder to bring alkalinity down or pH down than it is to bring them up. So right now, we're going to work on getting them up. I'm adding a couple of cups of baking soda, and I want to get my pH up too. So I'm going to add, this is called either pH up or soda ash. I'm going to add a cup of that, maybe a cup and a half of that. And then you want to just put your hand in and just break up the solids. And then in 3 to 4 hours, I'm going to test it again. But that's pretty much all there is to that. And once you have your chemicals balanced, you're going to check your chemicals, once or twice a week, maximum, and they should be running pretty well. The one other thing we're going to look at is our chlorine. And remember, we want to keep our chlorine at 3 parts per million. And your chlorine tablets are going in this thing, and in order to check your chlorine, the first thing you have to do is shut off your pump. So here's how you shut off the pump. Come over here. You're going to turn both of these valves off and then shut off the pump like that. Then come over to your chlorine. Open it up just by screwing it off. And it is under pressure, so you just want to do that slowly. Look in there, make sure there's plenty of chlorine, which there is plenty of the 3-inch hockey pucks. Screw that back on. And then there's an adjustment valve on the back of this that you want to make adjustments to. And we're going to turn it up just a little bit because we want to get our chlorine up a little. I'm going to turn it up to 6. And I'm going to leave it at 6 until the next time I check it. Once I'm checking and I'm getting my chlorine to be right in that 3 parts per million, then I'm going to just leave this alone. And all I have to do is just check it every once in a while to make sure that there are still chlorine tabs in there. But other than that, it should just run itself. And then let's do the reverse and show you how to start the pump back. So I'm going to flip the pump on. And then I'm going to slowly turn my valve on for my strainer. And as long as I get water spraying in, I'm all set. And I want to get the pool really mixing, so I'm going to turn my main valve on too. Once everything's flowing. And now I've got water pulling out of 2 parts of the pool, running through my big filter, through the chlorine, and back out into the pool. So that's what I want to see. Hope you enjoy your pool, and I hope these videos help.